Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. That's that Toby Keith song, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Where he's like, I want to talk about me, 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 me. Get it?
Yeah, you get it.
That's Toby Keith, right?
I think.
He sucks.
Does
He sucks. He's the guy who's like, well, yeah, I'm
Isn't
sure.
he bald?
No idea. I'm sure from like a political standpoint he sucks, and I'm sure like as a human being he's not great, but like none of us really are.
Right.
But no, as a musician is kind of more so what I meant, because he has that song which is just like narcissistic, and he's also Red Solo Cup.
Oh god, I hate that song.
Right? Isn't it just like the worst like sing talk
He's not
country?
bald.
It's the worst. I hate sing talk country.
Bald country artist.
Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, Tim McGraw.
It's this guy. Okay. I don't care this much. I just wanted a name.
Who's that? Is that Kenny Chesney?
It might be Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Why did the top question be what male country singer wears a hat? They all do.
Yeah. They're all pandering.
It literally listed like 10 artists in the fucking.
What are we doing, Shelby? We don't talk about country.
It's Kenny Chesney.
We don't talk about country on S. Do you think I picked that up? Soup!
SMSoup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. I am sitting next to Shelby.
And I'm Shelby.
And together, Shelby and I are here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions. We're talking about shenanigans, high drinks, adventures,
and the
I
high drinks,
don't know another rhyme. But to ask and potentially answer life's biggest questions, like, waiter, how's the soup made?
Maybe one day we'll answer that question.
Yeah. We have a jam-packed episode ahead of us.
Yeah, we gotta keep
very
it
excited.
snappy.
Very excited. We are introducing a second segment that we talked about last week.
We can't stop ourselves.
So we've got two segments this week. We've got fun little story time about I alluded to it, hijinks. It's what we do. And yeah, I mean that's technically it. But Shelby, how have you been?
I've been good.
It's been 2 episodes. It's been 2 days since we've last recorded. Just don't play it up that much. You're fine. Okay. No, go ahead.
No, honestly, anything I have to say will just have to do with where we're starting, because the past 2 days have been some of the craziest, most jam-packed 2 days of my life. So how have you been doing?
Good.
If you want to talk about anything else before.
No, yeah, I think I'm good, and oh God, excuse me. I'm good, and it's mostly because of like what we're going to be talking about and how we really nailed and made the most out of a weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We've become expert travelers.
What are you doing?
Skimming.
That's for later.
Yeah, maybe there's nothing we want to bring up.
Can you pay attention?
No, I can't. We've become expert travelers.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I was distracted by your phone.
Well, don't be.
I was distracted by what you're wearing, and that's your fault. Yeah, so not to like give away too many details, obviously, but we had the honor of being invited to a friend's wedding, and it's like one of those friends where you don't know most people at the wedding.
Yeah.
So thankfully, like,
you know the person getting married,
right? And then I know Shelby.
Yeah.
And
I kind of know Spencer.
Right. That was the first time my name has been said this episode. Great. So we had a lot to figure out, and we kind of messed up. And by we, I mean me. I dragged my feet on figuring out where we were going to be staying, because we thought we had one thing in the works, and we ultimately didn't. And so the blocks that they had at some hotels were filled. We didn't have the luxury of being able to still squeeze our way in, and admittedly, they were going to be pretty expensive, but also convenient.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we kind of screwed the pooch there. So we had to plan. We had to figure out where we were staying. We still had to figure out travel.
We figured out everything. I think it was 19 days.
19 days out is when we started figuring everything out. I didn't have my tux technically. You didn't have your shirt
until
technically
72 hours before the wedding.
Yeah. About for both of those. But yeah, I mean, it was great. We literally woke up early Saturday.
Yep. Yesterday morning.
We flew. We got a rental car.
Yep.
We drove to the hotel.
Yep.
We drove from the hotel to the wedding.
Yep.
We're at the wedding for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours.
Yep.
Went back to the hotel.
Yep.
Slept for 7-ish hours.
Yep.
If we were lucky, maybe it was probably 6. And mind you, we were up very early on Saturday. So we're working off of over the past 2 days, probably like 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Which isn't terrible. Like, we're operating.
Yeah.
But like, I think we're going to crash pretty hard tonight.
I felt pretty shitty this morning. Like, pretty shitty.
Yeah. And the best part is I offered to drive and you waited until we were fucking 3 minutes away from the airport to go. And we were getting gas to top off the rental. And you were like, can you just finish the drive?
I was so tired. I thought driving would wake me up.
And I taught you something.
Yeah, what did you teach me?
I taught you that don't look a polar bear that breaks the ice.
Yeah, exactly. We were saying the same thing. Yeah.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I thought driving would wake me up. Because I was like, if I sit in the passenger seat, I'm gonna be passed out the entire drive.
That's fine.
Well, it might have been fine, but I like felt bad because I knew you were also tired. So I was like, if I drive, I'll be forced to stay awake. Obviously. And then as I'm driving, I'm like, I feel like death. And my eyes hurt to be open right now. But I was like, we're gonna get gas. And then when you kept saying the airport's 3 minutes away, I thought you were like, what would that be, hyperbolizing or whatever? Like, I thought you were really just like, it's so close. It was actually 3 minutes. If I genuinely would have realized it was 3 minutes away, I would have been like, yeah, I got this. I thought it was going to be...
What amount of time would have needed to be?
20 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you're the type of person who says 20 minutes is 3 minutes, you're a psychopath. If you would do that to me, I would be irate.
I would be
so mad.
We're almost there.
No, 20 minutes is not almost there. That is a road trip around us to like multiple errands. No shot.
I don't know. I didn't
I get it. You're still Boston mindset because everything takes 10 times the amount of time that it should. So I kind of get it.
I didn't quite realize it was actually 3
I
minutes.
can't believe that. That's insane. Yeah, I'm so serious. Like, if you ever do that to me, I might start the paperwork.
All right, put it on the list. To do next time we go on road trip.
We're about 3 minutes out. I look, it says 20 minutes. Over. It's over.
You're like, I will stop this car right now.
No, I'll stop it after 3 minutes. And then and then you can finish the drive.
No, because I'm going to teach you something.
I'll
decide what that is
in this
later.
Hypothetical, did you offer to drive? Because that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I know.
No, please, after you.
No.
We just together.
It was a very nice weekend.
But we've only been married for
a few days.
6 months, and we're still together. Isn't that great?
It's great.
That's a great GGBG joke. Mike and I both at the same time. And then we were making jokes like, with me. Just stuff like that. Just guys being dudes.
You did say that in your vows. You said, will you with me forever?
For the rest of our lives.
Yeah. No, it was very nice. It was a black tie event.
Yes.
Which you and I have never been. I'm assuming you haven't been. I've never been to a black tie event.
I mean, maybe when I was like 3 or something.
Right. But we were not mentally ready. Like, in preparation, the event was perfect. Genuinely have nothing. It was a great time. And all was fine as we got there. It was the preparation leading up to it that we just clearly had like no idea what we were doing. We were just like, I think this works. The amount of times we Googled like, what is black tie is like insane because it like probably should have been obvious, but we just like I don't know. It just feels like such another level. Like I hear cocktail because I just assume that's below black tie. Maybe there's something else. But I just like I hear cocktail attire and I'm like easy. As soon as you say
You think
black tie,
cocktails? Do you think cocktails above like business formal?
yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I would say cocktail is the party version of business formal.
Gotcha.
Because business formal, you really should watch like colors. You should watch
Gotcha.
flair.
Yeah.
Cocktail
So
allows most of those things.
Oh, I got you. So it makes a difference for women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's no way
the men are going to wear the same thing. Yeah, you're right.
You're
so
still
right.
wearing slacks. Maybe you're wearing your pink button down.
Exactly. Yeah, you might be able to get away with a little bit of color. Yeah, I guess it makes more of a difference for me. Knowing what a girl should wear to those things in a very stereotypical sense, there's a difference.
A guy's outfit is always like the only difference with black tie really was that I guaranteed had to wear a suit jacket.
Well, yeah, you'd wear like a tux, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying a tux is just a normal men's outfit.
Yeah.
It's all it is like technically the pants are specific.
Yeah.
But like it's still just nice pants.
Yeah.
Dress pants.
Slacks, yeah.
Yep. A tucked in button down shirt.
Which you can with tuxes get like the fancier ones. Like were some guys who had like the ruffles. I'm not saying
but like
that's
again
automatic, but yeah.
And then a suit jacket.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's
You're right. And apparently we learned tux means and black tie tux means bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lesson we learned. We didn't know that was a for sure thing.
I like confirmed that before going. Like I had the bow tie.
Yes, yeah, like all That
I was like,
these are all things we learned leading up to the wedding.
I was upset. I hate bow ties.
I'm really sorry.
They just look so. How do you say this without being mean? Stupid. They really do. They just really bother me. And I think like. Was it you or somebody was saying how like it's probably like they're probably meant to like help elongate you.
Yeah, I wasn't me. I don't know who said that.
Because you like
you
get like all the torso or whatever. I don't know. And like maybe I don't believe it or not. I know you only see me sitting ever, but
you don't need help looking
I don't need
taller.
help looking taller than I already am. I'm a freak of nature.
And your torso is already so long.
Right.
It's not like...
I'm like mostly torso.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like 59% torso, 41% leg.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I just don't like bow ties. But I do think that you do like it's like Ken Rosenthal. He's a MLB like sideline reporter.
Okay.
And analyst. His like signature look is that he always has bow ties on. They're always like for a cause or something like that, right? And it's one of those things where it's like maybe it's just because he's like baked it into his look so much that you just become so used to it that it works, or it's genuinely because like I think he looks good in a bow tie, and I just don't think I look good in a bow tie.
That's fair. It's
But I also feel like I have a fine line with things. Because I don't know if you remember a wedding that we went to. I'm sorry, I just cut you off. But the wedding that we went to 2 years ago or a year ago, something like that. I was like one of the only people outside of the groom wearing a tie.
Yes.
And it's because I was saying that like
you don't like wearing a button.
I think button downs with your sleeves pulled down. Like if I can roll my sleeves, fine. But if I'm wearing a button down, I have the sleeves all the way down and it's tucked in, I think it looks really dumb without a tie. And that's mostly me because I think I see other people, I'm like, they look good.
Yeah.
But it's like when it's me, I feel like uncomfortable. I'm like, I kind of want that thing choking me out a little bit because maybe if I asphyxiate,
breathing a little too easy right now.
Maybe if I asphyxiate, I can get out of this wedding.
You know what? Well, you know what's crazy? That's just a style choice. It's not like weird or anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Did
I do something to warrant this tone?
No, I just feel like you get like, how is something supposed to be? And in some cases, people have opinions. But really, like...
I'm so sorry.
No, like, you're just saying that's how you like to wear that.
Uh-huh.
I just feel like you don't often approach it like that. You know? Because with men's clothes, in a very stereotypical heteronormative sense, you've basically been told, this is what you wear to that, that's what you wear to that, and you have like 2 options ever in life for men's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like you're basically just saying like, Like, there's nothing, unless someone was literally like, do not wear a tie to my wedding, which would be odd, but I guess if that rule was made, like, it's not like those are rules that like you're breaking or disturbing by having these opinions. I also like, I mean, it totally comes down to like, with a wedding, by attending the wedding, saying you're attending the wedding, I do believe you are agreeing to what they would like. It is
100%.
not the place to like deviate, but I do think there's always like a little bit of wiggle room in terms of like what works for you. Like, I personally, if you would have showed up in a tie, I think everything would have been fine. We checked in advance and we're like, is a bow tie the thing? And they were like, yes. And we were like, okay, then a bow tie is the thing. That is what it is.
I'm a team player.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, it's what they want. But yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin anybody's wedding.
Yeah.
Because I didn't afford anybody the opportunity to ruin mine. You know?
You're like, now I gotta have one so someone can ruin my wedding.
Yeah. That way I can just keep it in my back pocket.
If we had one, I would just make insane
requests.
Everyone has to wear mismatching socks.
Yeah.
A funky belt. You know, no one would come. They'd go, absolutely not. This is too much.
And
for me.
what are like two colors that really clash?
Like navy and purple. You look like a black and blue, but you're not black and blue. Because black and blues are more like purple and blue.
I feel like navy and purple wouldn't look that bad together.
Sorry, by purple I mean like violet, like a deep purple. That you're wearing like two tones that look almost or it's like wearing two different browns. Some people get really mad about that. Like a tone that looks like it should match.
Gotcha. So we should tell everybody to wear like a specific color brown, and then we should wear like a lighter version of it. And then we should be like, you guys all missed the mark.
Yeah. Like, so that wasn't the brown we were talking about.
We were talking about this brown.
Yeah, guys.
But we like sent them pictures of the brown that they're wearing.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was crazy. It was a wild weekend. We were gone for all of 30 hours maybe total.
Yeah.
Like from the time we left at 5 a.m. here.
Yeah.
And then we got home at like 1:30, we'll call it. Let's say 2, just for easy math.
Yeah.
That is 32 hours, I think.
That's insane. And it's really funny because
33.
It's the exact opposite of last year when we refused to fly. So we took a train all the way from Boston to St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And that took over a day to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we like had we definitely recapped it in an episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we did a whole
that was early days,
train,
right?
few days in the city, car to Pittsburgh, few days, train back. It was like the most insane thing. It took like basically like 2 weeks, didn't it? Like it was like a trip. A lot of it was spent traveling.
It was like a week and a half at least.
Yeah. So this was like the exact opposite of that. And not that I've ever had a goal in my life to become a frequent flyer, but we've had quite the few like airline trips lately.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting really good at the whole like carry-on situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're like banging it out with that. We're doing great.
Yeah, like I mean I have
flying through security, flying colors.
Yep. I have a trip that I have to go up to Boston for work.
Yeah.
So we're going to be flying up and we've got like nice carry-ons. And I feel like just with how logically and like efficiently you and I pack, we should be able to get away with just like one.
Yeah.
Which is like,
as long as no crazy
right?
weather.
Like each person, we normally fly through like American because they have a lot of flights out of Charlotte.
Yeah.
And each person, your first, or yeah, each person gets one carry-on for free, like included
and a personal
item. So like for this wedding this past weekend, like we each had a backpack and we each had a carry-on because of like
we literally had 2 carry-ons, so your suit wouldn't get crumpled,
right?
Which was smart, obviously. But yeah. Normally we condense like a lot, which was funny because we'd packed a little more spaciously. We had like 3 hours to kill before the wedding.
After the flight, yep, because we flew in early just in case.
Right. And so we're driving around. We're kind of like, what are we going to do? And I'd done the tiniest bit of Googling like the day before because I just was like, is there something cool we should be like just stopping in at? 'Cause we're gonna have time to kill. And I had saved a state park, but the weather was miserable, so we didn't do that. So as a backup, I had saved a cafe to get lunch and then a thrift store and a video game store. Because if we're gonna spend the day doing anything, it's going to be thrifting
And it's incredible
and retro game hunting.
that we did both of those things and we fucking nailed it.
We killed it, yeah.
Did we talk about the like terrible Saturday that we had?
No, we didn't. I think we
It's
brought
not,
it
like,
up and we said
worth-
we can't even talk about it.
Yeah, it's not worth talking about, but like we legitimately spent like 6 hours on a Saturday and did like we came back home
With
pretty much
basically
empty-handed.
yeah.
Like the first stop was to like a farm stand.
Yeah.
We got some stuff there. And then we proceeded to like just like swing and a miss all the way until we came back.
I thrifted one thing. We planned it. Like we had where we're going, the order and what we're going. It was this whole like mini road trip. Like basically if anyone's ever gone like antiquing, like you make a whole day out of it. And that was our plan. I thrifted one thing the whole day.
And
it
I
was
bought
a
one
fucking
game.
Sudoku book.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's how bad the day was.
And I did buy one game.
Yeah. But like it was just not good. We
bad.
spent so many hours driving around, waiting for things to open, going to it was just like it was not good.
I just felt like everything was like, it just felt like time was moving so slow.
Yeah,
too.
nothing was working.
And we got
out.
home and it was just like we left early, so it was like 2 or 3 o'clock. But it was also just like, it's already 2 or 3 o'clock on a Saturday and we did fuck all.
Yeah, it was a bad.
And somehow we managed on this
time.
Saturday in like such a tight window to literally like hit that thrift store. Got like a bunch of blankets that we were able to shove into our luggage.
We saw the cutest little thrift store. It was a local thrift store and like a good country town local thrift store. So I was super excited. Yeah, we got 3 blankets because I sew blankets into like blanket pullovers basically. Super cozy winter-esque things. And we got 3 and we're sitting there and we're literally like, and they were all like double sizes or like bigger. And we're sitting there and I'm going, are you sure these are going to fit in our luggage? Like we have to get them home. Like I don't want to just
Mind you, my luggage was just my suit.
Yes.
And my backpack was basically empty if I wore, because I brought like a sweater and I brought sweatpants.
Yeah.
Just in case I was cold. And
I
if I literally just decided to wear both of those to the airport, I would have been fine.
Right. And I was of course I brought my smaller of my backpacks. Normally I would have like a pretty big one, like almost like a day hike backpack.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have that. And so I was like, are we gonna get 3? And then they were all too good to pass up. So of course we bought them. We got them all into the luggage. It all fit. It's all like shoved in there. So and then we drove to the video game store and we got quite the haul there, which was great. And it all timed out perfectly that we basically showed up to the hotel at the check-in window, like on the dot, like 3 p.m. on the dot, got checked in, got ready really fast.
And headed over to the wedding, yeah.
It was crazy.
It was great.
Although the weather was so miserable that the minute we showed up, I 1000% stepped out of the car and rubbed against the car. And which I'm now realizing I probably should have pulled my pants out and like worked on them because there is mud smears all over them. Which were definitely there all night. But
I mean, it was great.
It was good.
It was like a hectic.
Yes.
Like it was hectic from a time standpoint, but like we pulled it off like so well and
it was never like stressful.
No.
Outside of just the we just don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Not from a travel standpoint.
and it was like very much like one thing after another.
Oh
it was like very tight, but like it was great. It was
Yeah.
great. It was a great Saturday. And then like we were home by 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
I took off for Monday because I just was ready to be like wiped out from all this.
I'm gonna mentally take off as much as I can afford.
Yeah. I was planning on doing that Tuesday.
Oh, well, shit.
But yeah,
we'll see.
it was great. And yeah, I feel like we are kind of becoming semi-seasoned travelers.
We're getting it together.
You know,
We're getting very good at taking the punches.
Or I think like because we've had to drive so much.
Yeah.
And like, I think like we're just prepared to like
do whatever it takes.
But also like because of that, like we can find ways to make things cheaper as well, right? Because traveling can get very
Oh my
expensive,
God,
right? Like just
so
a plane ticket
fast. Yeah,
was, I mean, these plane tickets were expensive,
they were,
right?
but they were our best option.
Right. And like,
Oh my
well,
God, that was the whole thing was with this wedding, like in the planning process. We might have talked about it briefly. The process we take to deciding what we're doing is so chaotic because we are willing to do pretty much anything that we were looking into trains, which would have taken over a day to get there from where we
mhm.
live. We were like, oh, if we like fly into this city, like completely not in the area,
Yeah.
like it's cheaper and we could just do the extra 3 hours of driving. Like those were all genuine ideas that we threw out and thought about for like at least a minute. And then we were like, that's a little insane.
No,
Like,
this
that's
was
not worth
literally perfect.
It was,
like,
yeah.
From
It was
a-
the middle point
yeah.
of price and effort.
Yes. Yep. And I think like that's the great thing is like we can always do that because like we've had experience doing a train. We've had experience driving so much that like we could take a train to like this specific city, get out, go get a rental car, finish the drive out like
Yeah.
off the path of like a train, right?
Yeah.
Or we can like fly in and then get a rental car to just finish out like an hour and a half drive because like again, we've had to do like 6+ hour drives like
Frequently.
I mean, just to go to college was 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we
like,
got used
from
to it
from
really
back home.
quickly.
So it's like you get so used to those types of drives that an hour and a half literally feels like nothing.
It felt like nothing.
And then like you take into consideration that like Boston was like oftentimes it would take you a good hour to get somewhere. So it's
oh my
like
God, yeah.
again, an hour and a half is like just a little bit more than that, and you're actually cooking. You know, you're actually moving.
Yeah, we've been so beaten down by, travel in the US because it's so car focused and takes forever to get anywhere. Because just with how things are spaced and organized. And yeah, literally the whole drive we kept going, oh my God, we only have 40 minutes left. Oh my God, we literally have like 20 minutes left. Like we were like just so excited that the pace we were moving. Cause yeah, you didn't get that in Boston. Like you said, where you like literally we're frequently doing 7 to 9 hour car rides.
Right.
Too frequently, but we're doing them. I also was thinking about it. This is really random, but like endearing. The whole car ride was silent. Like we did not play music. We did not, which it was a very exhausting experience. So I feel like we both just were like a little bit of quiet, minus when like some random conversation would come up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it a little bit, maybe as we were driving, but it just popped in my head again. It might have been our first year in college when we would always drive back and forth for Thanksgiving, and we got stuck on the turnpike for like it's too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it took like 2 extra hours to get back, and we just were like, wow, we're so good at being in a car together because like that could have made us both want to go like absolutely manic, and like we had a fun time. Like, yeah, we don't like sitting in traffic. We don't like that it took 2 extra hours to get back. We're like, made it. And I was just like, we're really good. Just like, this is where we got to go. This is what we got to do. We're saying we're good at keeping each other company.
Shelby,
What?
we already knew that. We
know,
spent
but
all of 2020 lockdown literally
even
feet
without
from each other.
lockdown, we pretty much spend all
I know,
our
but I'm
time-
just saying, like,
I know, but it's
if that
just,
didn't prove
those are
that
the
like we can be
situations.
locked in like the worst of conditions and
I
literally just
know.
be like, sup, I love you.
I know, but it just was like, I don't know.
I'm glad it made you happy.
That was it.
Yeah. No, but like, yeah,
There's
like of course.
travel tends to be the thing that
Yeah,
like
it's
causes
crazy.
people to
It's
get a
crazy.
little
It's
annoying.
crazy that like we genuinely like each other.
What?
I know. And so like when we have to suddenly spend extra time with each other, it doesn't fucking make either one of us want to do something that you shouldn't do. Like the thing that you can pay $500 to do in GTA Online. That's a deep cut, but people will understand what I'm saying, so I don't actually have to say the words.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying just because you know that I shouldn't say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Millennial humor.
But yeah.
It was great.
It was
We nailed it. It was a really fun weekend.
We're getting so good at this.
It was a great, like, literally 24 hours. The worst part was having to wake up early, but like back-to-back days. But
yeah,
we can sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have like no plans.
Oh, we have plans tomorrow.
We do have plans tomorrow.
More thrifting and retro game shopping.
But like we're taking it chill.
Yeah, we are.
I know technically you like might have to like get some work done, but
Yeah.
like you're trying to keep it low key.
No, we're gonna keep watching Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a Halloween movie on like almost every day.
Yeah. Yeah, haven't you?
You literally, day one, which was like about a week ago, that I was like, I kind of want to watch. I don't even know where it started.
Halloween Town
Halloween Town.
or Haunted Mansion.
No, it was Halloween Town. That was definitely it. I was like, I want to watch a Halloween movie. And I didn't want to watch something like actually scary. I just wanted to watch something that like makes me be like, ooh, Halloween. So Halloween Town was what came to my mind for some reason. And as soon as you didn't like put up any kind of fight or even be like, why? I just was like, this is what we're doing now. And now we've been watching a Halloween movie pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the best. It's not a Halloween movie, but today we just watched Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. But yeah.
But also I'm like my ADD brain is like, I just want something else to be on right now. Like, I just want something else to be on this other TV.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
So when you're like, I want to watch this, I'm like,
to care about what it is.
Fuck yeah.
I just
Start
more.
on. I don't care.
It's more like if it's gonna bother you, not so much like.
If tomorrow you were like, let's watch Halloween Town, I'd put up a fight. I'd be like, how about we fucking don't?
I would also put up a fight.
To watch it?
Yeah, no, it's too soon to watch it again.
Like even next year, I might be like, can we actually not?
No, next year we're gonna watch Halloween Town too.
I would honestly rather just get that out of the way now.
No, but yeah, it's been great.
But that's the thing, like, we just work so well together.
Oh yeah, it's just like
you just throw out a movie, and I'm like, I don't care.
Anyway, we did
segment time.
New segment.
Segue into that segment, girl.
I have no segue. We're just gonna start talking about it. Last week, I believe you said. Did you say specifically what we'd be doing?
Yeah, we're trying out a bunch of the like southern fast food chicken chains.
Yeah. So today was Church's Texas Chicken,
which we didn't realize.
I didn't know
Texas
Texas was in the name.
Its headquarters are in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's crazy. It started in San Antonio, Texas. Big gulp. So today was Church's as the first go. This was my first time at Church's.
This is my first time at Church's. Should we set up how we're doing these?
We'll try because it might adjust as we do this.
It might. The general idea is, and like we use Church's as like the framework.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of what sets. Because we talked about how we're not doing Chick-fil-A.
We're not doing Chick-fil-A.
And I don't think you can get a bucket of chicken at Chick-fil-A.
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know.
Like, I think they do tenders.
Yeah.
And I think they do nugs.
Yeah.
But they don't do like, I don't think they do like thighs and drumsticks. And I think all these places that we're going to be going to do thighs and drumsticks.
Yeah, okay.
That being said, we are just getting chicken tenders at all of these places.
Yeah.
From a standpoint of like, let's try the chicken.
Yeah. Because that's really the goal.
And then also that way, I feel like it's better for sauces.
Yes,
I don't know.
say
Dipping
so.
a thigh in a sauce is kind of weird, maybe. Maybe not. But whatever. So we're going to try and get chicken tenders everywhere.
Yeah.
A step above chicken nuggets.
Yes.
And I think better than chicken fingers because I feel like chicken tenders, maybe there's no difference.
I don't know if there's a difference.
I think chicken tenders are typically like, they just seem better.
No, I can
like
feel
quality wise,
yeah.
Whereas chicken fingers is just like, I think like hardcore deep fried.
Okay.
So I think there's a difference.
Okay.
Regardless. Because these were like breaded.
Yeah.
They weren't like fried.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we're trying to do that. And then like most places should come with like a biscuit type thing.
Yeah. That's the hope.
And then
we're also like, because we're getting chicken tenders, we're trying like the sauces.
Yep, exactly.
Stuff. Okay.
That's kind of what I was talking about with the sauce.
Just...
And then for sides, we're doing one side of, if if we can with the tenders, we're trying to do one regular, one spicy
Yeah.
order. And then we're trying to do, like, for sides, we're trying to do, like, mashed potatoes for one and then mac and cheese for the other. And then Church's had, like, an interesting side.
Yeah.
That's, like, mashed potatoes and mac and cheese should be consistent throughout. That's why I wanted to go with those. Like,
Yeah.
yes, fries, but, like, that's boring.
That also, to me, is like a burger.
Done before.
Yeah.
They also had an interesting side. So, like, I think if a place has an interesting side, we'll tack it on. If not, then as long as we can get mashed potatoes and as long as we can get mac and cheese, we're good.
Yeah.
And I think we should be able to do that across all of them.
I would think so.
So there's that. And I think that sets up, like, what the order for each is basically going to be. That's how we're going to be comparing everything to one another.
Yes.
So we went to Church's.
So as a baseline, what is your general, it feels weird to say experience, but experience with like, I guess, do you have any strong feelings about fast food? Because I think that plays a little bit into, like, how how passionate we are about reviewing fucking chicken tenders.
I used to love fast food.
Yeah.
And I still like it.
It's like, satisfying.
You get a craving for it every now and again.
Mm-hmm. It's comforting.
I mean, we used to get McDonald's a decent bit, and, like, neither one of us were big McDonald's people.
No.
It was just, like, what we could order.
Yeah.
It was like Uber Eats.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'd say in the past, like, few years, we, like, don't eat fast food.
No. And I think that's somewhat a mark against fast food because of, like, the fact that, like, we were just talking about today where, like, it kind of is expensive.
Yeah. Like, you're kind of better off going elsewhere for
you
food.
Can go, like, you know, a combo meal at a fast food restaurant is like $10, $11 typically. And then depending on, like, if you get, like, a dessert with that or something, like, you're easily pushed to, like, $15.
Right.
And at that point, it's just like, I feel like you can go to, like, a nice sit down, not even nice,
like a mom and pop shop.
Fucking, you can go to Panera or Olive Garden or whatever and spend $15 and get the same amount of food, and it feels just a little bit better.
Yes.
You know, like, I get Olive Garden's fast food Italian.
I think is like $12, and you're getting, like, all this food, and, like, you can get chips for, like, a few bucks or whatever.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
We're huge.
I don't like how you said huge.
Huge. We can be big quantity people. Like, if we're getting food, especially takeout, you and I tend to look for places where we'll get leftovers out of it. And that is near impossible with fast food. Typically.
Because fast food is not stuff that you normally want to reheat.
No.
You can't reheat a burger. You can.
Probably want to. So I think that also plays into, like, where we choose to eat and not eat. But then, yeah, would you say, I would say for you, like, chicken can be a go-to for you if we go, like, fast food. Like, you like chicken sandwiches a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably your, like, biggest thing that you tend to order is, like, a chicken sandwich. It's up there for sure.
Depending.
So I'd say you're, like, you probably have opinions. Whereas, like, I genuinely never order chicken fast food. I don't know why. I just don't. Never have. But, so I feel like you might have stronger feelings than I do. Or I'm just not going to like anything. Or I'm going to love everything. Who knows? But
right, because it's like opening a whole new window for
maybe.
You, where you're like, oh my God, fast food chicken's pretty good.
I like chicken. I just don't, I'm not a big, if I even, like, see chicken nuggets, I don't want them. Chicken tenders, I'm okay. But, like, I don't eat them very often. Like, literally, as we were walking away, I was like, I don't know if I could tell you the last time I've gotten chicken. Like, couldn't even begin to guess where it was from, when it happened. So, that is that. Also, this is just for fun. So, who cares? So, Church's. Any strong, off the cuff, I guess we got spicy and not spicy. Any strong feelings right from the beginning?
Both are, the chicken was, like, rubbery is not, like, the right word, but, like, they could have almost been, like, a little more done. They, like, almost could have been a little crispier, which I know then I'm almost going into, like, I wanted chicken fingers.
I wanted it more fried, yeah.
But, like, kind of.
Yeah. I agreed.
But the chicken overall was really good.
Yes.
Like, you bit into it and you were like, that's pretty good chicken.
Yeah.
The original is, like, fine. With that being said, like, a good spicy tender doesn't need sauce. These did not need sauce. The spicy tenders are so good.
They're good.
They are fine on their own. You can obviously dip them in sauce, but I don't think a spicy tender should need sauce to heighten it. An original, like plain tender, likely needs sauce. Like at that point, it's like nugs, whatever. Those are vessels for the sauce at that point.
Yeah.
Like to some degree at least.
Yeah.
Like you're not taking more than half of your bites of a plain chicken tender should have sauce on them. Whereas like a spicy, again, you could go completely. So the thing that I think works against the original is the fact that none of the sauces were really all that good.
Yeah, so they had a honey barbecue, a ranch, a honey mustard, and a jalapeno creamy sauce. I'm assuming like mayo based. The jalapeno was the only one that wasn't like a standard stereotypical sauce, and it was a little lackluster.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good sauce.
I feel it
had jalapeno in the name though, and I expected it to give me like a kick on the original, and it didn't.
If anything, I literally felt like we were all but like dipping it in a light mayo.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of what it tasted like. Which I guess if you like that.
But the spicy tenders were very good.
Yeah, so their spice was the kind that like you're not like immediately like, oh my god, like that's hot, but it like sits in like the back of your mouth, and then all of a sudden you notice your lips are hot, and then like it's one of those like building heats that like as you just keep eating, you're like all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I'm getting like really warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those. So I would say in one way, if you're not a huge fan of spice, it probably shouldn't overwhelm you, but you also have to like probably eat slowly and like take a lot of like drinking breaks. Because all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, this is really fucking hot.
Yeah.
But it was good. I am a huge sauce person. Like I have a really hard time eating something without sauce. So for me, I like couldn't eat just the chicken without the sauce. And it might have also been impacted because I also wish it was a little bit crispier. So yeah, it didn't help that all their sauces were kind of lackluster to then be like, it was all good. Like I'm just sitting here trying to be nitpicky. Yeah, the lacking sauce for me made it like a little bit more difficult, especially the jalapeno not really being like, because I feel like in today, like it's a big deal to have like your sauce, you know, like all the things like really clinged onto that, and like all these chains now have their own sauces, and yeah, just didn't have it. Didn't have it. But the sides, boy, were we blown away. By the, what was it, a baked mac and cheese?
It was like a baked mac and cheese.
Oven baked mac and cheese, I'm guessing. Basically, you opened it and you literally were like, oh my God. Like, I heard you like audibly react from across the room. And you immediately were like, you have to try this mac and cheese. And it's probably some of the best to-go mac and cheese I've ever had, if not the best.
Yes, it was very good.
We were blown away.
Yeah, because I think you have low expectations. I like described it to you as like, when you're getting mac and cheese from somewhere, you expect it to be, even if they say homemade, right? Like there's such a difference between going to a friend's house and the person's like, my mom made mac and cheese, and you're like, there's a huge,
oh my God, yeah,
like
gap
of like what it could be.
Yeah.
Whereas like, it ranges from easy mac to like legit, like from scratch homemade mac and cheese, which is the best, obviously.
Yeah.
And so like with fast food or with like to-go mac and cheese, you're like all the way down to the easy mac end, and like you expect it to just be a step above easy mac.
Yeah.
Like you expect it to be a step above instant mac and cheese. That was good mac and cheese.
It was so good. Like I could go back and just
get like a vat of
a
it.
Bowl.
Yep. 100%.
Like to me, it was better. I used to get the Panera mac and cheese. It was better than that in my opinion. Like it was just so good. Mashed potatoes were solid. They were so creamy that like they were just like you could
like
not
a good
like
amount
them.
of like pepper in them too, which I really liked.
Oh, I can't say I noticed that, but
pepper as in like salt and pepper, not pepper as in like peppers.
But they were so creamy that at that point, like as long as you have a good quality mashed potato, flavor really is like whatever.
Yeah. Well, and they also
move on.
And most of these places, I'm sure, are going to put gravy on the mashed potatoes.
Yes.
I don't know. Are you a big gravy person?
If I'm like spooning it myself, not really. If it's handed to me, I don't care.
What does that mean?
Like if I'm building my plate, I don't put gravy on my mashed potatoes. But if it already like if someone just was like for some reason built my plate, like I like gravy. I don't go out of my way to put it on my food. That's
Okay.
my answer. I like gravy.
Well, you opened it and like it's doused in gravy. I tried
It
to like mix
is.
it around and like the mashed potatoes were basically like brown because
Yeah.
like there was so much gravy mixed in there, but it wasn't overpowering.
No, it was good.
Like it
was
could
really
have been
light
like
gravy.
you know what I mean. Like if you somebody like puts a burger down for you and they like coat it in ketchup, you know like oh my god I'm gonna take a bite of this and it's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where it's like that's too much sauce or whatever. And I low key was a little worried about that with the gravy because it was like
It was a lot.
no, it was great. It was good.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I think like the mashed potatoes, like probably where we grew up helps, but like we've always had good mashed potatoes, so like
Yeah.
it's not fair again to like compare it to that. But
They're
for
good
getting
quality.
like fast food, like
Yeah.
I would get those again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like and like if somebody was like, oh, I'm stopping at churches and they only have mashed potatoes, you can't get mac and cheese. Like I'm not gonna be upset
No.
because it was solid.
I mean, I'll be devastated, but yeah.
And then the only other side that like comes with the combo meal was a biscuit.
Yes.
Which again, like you're gonna assume that like all of these places are gonna have biscuits, and they should all be fairly good.
The hope.
And I would say that that was the thing that I was most disappointed about, outside of the sauce.
I think it's because we like kind of thought, how can you do it wrong? And it wasn't done wrong. It just, I think we had our expectations higher.
I said that like it felt like you could walk into the freezer aisle and pick up
Yeah.
a box and make those exact biscuits,
Yeah.
and that disappoints me a little bit. That's
A
the
little
one
bit.
area where I expect you to like be better than like whatever like the like lowest thing you can do or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like bare minimum. I expect the biscuit of all things to not be bare minimum, and that was the only thing that I think was bare minimum.
We did also save that for last, and I think we'd been like really impressed by like the mac and cheese
Yeah.
and like the sides. So I think also, which I agree with literally everything you said, but I think we probably were a little bit like, I'm sure this will be great. Took a bite, and we were like, that's good. I'm not mad at it. It's not like my best biscuit, you know? So that probably didn't help his case at all. But yeah, that was actually like, for how we probably set our expectations going into it, that definitely we probably had the higher end of expectations for, and definitely was like, if I were to score shit, like probably the lower end of like what I enjoyed and didn't enjoy.
Yeah. I think like a good mark for like how good something is, or something that's like super telling, and it's not always going to work, but like I keep saying about how KFC has really good biscuits, or that's at least like something that I remember from like the few times I had gotten KFC. To the point where one time we were driving and I asked if we could stop just so I could get one KFC biscuit. Like that was it.
Yeah.
Which is like $1 or something
Right.
stupid, right? Because that's how these biscuits I would not do. Like
Right.
if I'm
Yes,
driving
I
home and
agree.
it's just like I'm really craving mac and cheese. If I saw Church's, I'd be like, oh my god, I will stop and get some Church's mac and cheese.
Yeah.
If I was craving mashed potatoes, I don't know if I would stop for mashed potatoes.
I don't think
know
I'd stop
if I would-
anywhere for
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever be
potatoes.
craving mashed potatoes. But like of two things that I definitely know I would be the type of, they would be the type of thing to crave,
Yeah.
which would be either, mac and cheese or like biscuit.
Yeah.
I would stop for the mac and cheese. I would
Yes.
leave the biscuit.
Yes, I agree. They also had the one like extra side,
Yes.
the special side, we'll call it, that we were like, ooh, that's kind of like different. It was a jalapeno.
I don't know if it was called jalapeno cheddar bombers.
I think that sounds right.
Effectively jalapeno poppers.
Effectively, but also different. Sorry, I am trying to look.
The first two things that I had upon getting everything out was I had a scoop of the mac and cheese, and then I tried one of these jalapeno bombers. And in that moment, I immediately knew that everything was worth it.
Wait, I'm so mad. I'm on their site, and I don't like that it says purple pepper sauce, and we didn't see that. That looks very specific. Sorry. Yeah, you definitely tried like the best things first.
Yeah, they are so good. I only had
Jalapeno
one.
cheese bombers.
I only had one, but it was good and it
It was
was
so
hot.
and it's like nacho cheese inside.
Is
Like
it?
straight not for
Oh,
sure.
I didn't even bite it.
Oh.
I think I just popped it and just started chewing.
No, if you like bite it, it is absolutely like I was like in
stadium grade.
like you got the circle tortilla chips and it's nacho. Yeah. But I swear it like at least upon for eating it, it was super like warm still. So it wasn't like weird at all.
Yeah.
Like it, you know. No, but it was actually like in a really satisfying way. Normally I wouldn't say that about nacho cheese because I feel like public school has kind of given me like the ick for nacho cheese. But
Low key, the mashed potatoes when we first opened them looked like the ice cream scoop,
yeah,
like mashed potatoes.
that kind of freaks me out sometimes.
And
yeah.
so I was like, I literally had like high school
I
/
saw
middle
you
school
like
flashbacks.
I saw you like intensely mixing them, so it was very funny.
But they were good.
They were good.
And those jalapeno bombers.
Yes, I was so pleasantly. I would literally be like, "Can I just get the jalapeno cheese bombers and some mac and cheese, and then mix them together?"
Ooh.
That'd be a good dish. A little mac and cheese bowl with some jalapeno cheese bombers. Yeah, that was so good. But those were spicy, like which not even like jalapeno poppers aren't like.
No, because jalapeno poppers have sour cream or cream cheese in them,
and that heavily
which helps
subdues.
Cool it. Like you get your tongue punched with spice and then immediately cooled.
Yeah. No, this was not the case. This was like straight spice. But I mean, we both like that. Well, I definitely like that. So they were really good. But also, like, if you were sensitive to spice, probably don't eat. But yeah, so as a whole, would you go back? I feel like we've pretty much heavily said what we would order.
Yeah, I would go back. I would go again. I would probably like. I would honestly, it was a lot of food. Like we didn't finish the bombers. So like I do think that, and the mac and cheese was technically like a supreme set. So you do pay an extra $1 for it.
Yeah.
But with that said, like paying the extra $1 to just be full off of tenders, mac and cheese, and a biscuit, I would probably like just do that. Maybe get 4 bombers for us to split.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm already full. And
I know, and we have 6 more over there waiting.
I know.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I would go back again. And the nice thing is that like it's probably the one of these that's of all these chicken places, it's the one that's I think the closest.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that like the one that's closest to us is at least good.
Yeah.
You know? Like
that's true.
Maybe one of these other ones we go to is going to be better, and that's fine. But knowing that the one that is closest to us is good is like nice to know.
Do you think now that you've tried just the chicken tender, do you think next time you'd go for the chicken sandwich, being that you're a big chicken sandwich guy?
That's true. Maybe I would go for a sandwich.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the combo deal is there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I do in such a weird way. I always get Fanta. I don't know why I'm holding the cup up. You can't see what's in it. I always get Fanta at fast food. And I've never been to a fast food that didn't have orange Fanta. And I'm not mad because I got
just disappointed.
It was just weird. I've never had that happen where they straight up don't carry orange Fanta. And I was like, is that a regional thing? Like I haven't been to enough places around here to like find a pattern. But yeah, so that was super interesting. And now I have questions about regional soda. But otherwise, I would go back. I think I'll always be. I liked the food. But I think because I didn't like the whole like sauce experience enough, I probably wouldn't be like excited about going back.
It's fair.
You know, just because that's how I eat food. Like that's not even really on them. That's not how I eat food.
What if we went back and I got 5 spicy tenders and a mac and cheese, and we got 8 jalapeno bombers and a mac and cheese for you?
Yeah.
And you just took 6 of the bombers.
Yep. I literally was gonna say I would want to go back for just the bombers and the mac and cheese. 1000%. That's what I'd go back for.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a chicken sandwich person, so I don't even know if I'd really like want to try.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just don't really like them. They're not really like.
I really don't know why, and I feel
know.
like you're saying that, and I definitely vividly remember you having a chicken sandwich and liking it, but that's fine.
So yeah, that's what I'd go back for. But strong start. I'm excited.
Definitely a strong start.
I'm like weirdly excited for this.
I mean, it's just a fun little segment.
Yeah, we just get to eat fried food.
Yeah, exactly. With that said,
yeah.
Second segment time. Let's wrap this episode up.
This is turning into way too much of a food podcast.
So what's the score?
I have no idea. Like 4-3? 4-3?
4-3.
That sounds right.
Sure.
Okay. There are 4 left on here. I'm gonna eat a little drop one.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. I'm taking a half bite. I always gotta see what's on the inside.
I know. You have to do a half bite because if you don't like it, I finish it.
Is this what we had last time?
It might be. Do you not like it?
Okay. No, that's coconut.
That I'm pretty sure is coconut. Yeah, that's not what we had last time. All right.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
That's good.
There's so much coconut.
That was so good.
Let me wash it down with my grape Fanta.
All right. We gotta try and remember 4-4, even though that might be wrong.
It's not now.
That was good. Get like the little coconut shavings, just like.
Yeah, they're getting in my teeth.
I hear running water.
I don't know what that was. Anyway.
We should probably figure that out.
Okay. Well, until then, until the next time where maybe we have some other adventures. Maybe we eat more chicken. Maybe I like the next chocolate piece I have. Until then, you can follow us on both of our socials, which is always in the show description. If you're not watching this podcast live right now, you're missing my face every time I put. If you're not watching this podcast that has been recorded right now, you're watching my facial reactions to eating things I hate, which maybe you like, maybe you don't. But if you would like to watch that, it's on YouTube. Or feel free to follow the SMSoup at SMSoup podcast on TikTok and Instagram if you want to see little like clips, and maybe someday we'll post other things. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.